Hello, fine people out there. This is Larry, Heaven's Gates Cherry Farm. Hope everybody's doing good in the south. I know they're having troubles down there with all the weather and everything. Up here, winter don't want to let go. I don't understand why, but it's late, and but I got to get these cherry trees pruned and check on the apples, and thought I'd take you guys along and show you what's going on. Okay, what I got here is I've got a cherry tree, which is a Rainier, and what I got to do is I've got to go through and check for any suckers or any water sprouts or anything that I don't want. There's very little things that I have to do except trim the upper part of the tree, and the rest of it they're looking pretty good. Buds are really looking good. Of course, we just lost all the snow. Probably in some of the backgrounds you're going to see some snow next to the high tunnel. Like I said, we still have winter, and by now we should be starting to do a lot of things. I'm hoping in the next week or two I can get the fertilizer down, because it's just a little bit too cold for fertilizer up here yet, and which is organic. We all do everything organic, but I've got a lot of things that's got to go on. I got to get some transplanting done. But these clippings for today, what I'm going to show you guys is these clippings that I'm going to take are going to turn into Zions so that I can put them in bags. I'm going to refrigerate them for about 3 weeks, and then I'm going to take them out. And I've got a lot of smaller trees outside the high tunnel that came up. It is rootstock, and I can graft onto those. So that's what I'm going to do here and get them all going again, because those trees out there were damaged from 2.5 years ago. Hard winter, and it just froze everything, and in the spring it pretty much did them in. We almost lost all these trees, but we're going to go on, and things are improving every year, and we're hoping for a really good spring this year, because these trees inside high tunnel number 1, hey, if we get the right spring, pollination's right, we'll have cherries hanging everywhere, because these trees are just waiting to burst. But let me show you what I got to do. I got to do a few things here, and as you watch, you'll see I'm going to do some clipping. I'm going to move you guys back. I don't have my mic on today, so the mic or the sound may be a little bit muffled, but keep watching and you'll see what's going on. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to look the tree over and see if I need to get rid of anything at all. And what I see right now is I'm going to go up here, which my arm hurts like crazy because I fell. I'm going to clip that one because I want to keep them below the high tunnel. But I'm going to lay all these Zions, I'm going to lay them down because I'm going to save them, because I'm going to use them for grafting. So I'm going to, lay them so I can clip them up, put them in about, I don't know, that big, and then put them in them plastic bags. And I got the plastic bags out here, and we're going to put them in there, and we'll show you what we do there next. But I'm going to take you through and show you some things that just need to be trimmed. I'm going to take this one, I'm going to clip it there so it starts growing out in that direction. Any inner ones, I would say this one here needs to come off. Oh man, I definitely got to work on them shoulders, folks. I'm still feeling it from me falling. If you don't know what I did, let me tell you real quick. I was out ice fishing, and I'm on a slope in the ice, or the snow was very icy. We had a lot of ice storm, and we were walking down that hill, and my feet went out from underneath me, and boom, down I went. Wasn't very fun, but anyways, there's not much more that I can do here. Clip here, clip here. I want this one to go out, so I'll clip it there, and I gotta trim back the upper one. I'm gonna take that one out and let that go. That's how I'm gonna do that one. Let's go down to the next one. I'm gonna go through here. I don't see a lot wrong with this one. There's not much that has to be done this year, just a few. I'm gonna do that one there. I'm gonna hang on to that. But as I can see, all the inner parts are good. Well, I do have to snip that, and snip that, and snip that because I want to keep this within the you want to keep it within the high tunnel, and that's what I'm trying to do. So all right, I'm going to put this down through here so you guys can see down that way, down the high tunnel. I'm going to go down through here and snip some and show you how to do this row, and then we're going to go out to see the apples and check on them, show you what I'm talking about by transplanting some of the suckers that I got down here, which is rootstock, and then what I'm going to use these for. So keep watching. Oh, gotta get that top. Gotta have that top. Oh, it's already touching the high tunnel. Looks good. I can live with that one. Not much need to be done on that. So all of these, believe it or not, I'm going to take the best of all of that I've cut, and we're going to see about getting some of them. So like I said, I get my grafts going and get my rootstock transplanted, because I got about 8-9 of them that'll work out good. The one I grafted, I had four of them I grafted last year. 2 of them took, the other 2 didn't, which is 50%, which that was in July. But I checked them, they're doing phenomenal. So we're gonna go ahead and finish this all up. I'm gonna set you guys down here, and I'm gonna let you guys watch for a few minutes about all this, and we'll go on from there. But like I was saying, 38 degrees up here. Usually by now we're in the mid 50s, low 50s, which is great to get out here in the farm and start getting things ready for spring. I'm going to show you guys how we're going to expand the garden. I've been showing you guys all of the plants we got at home, and I'm going to expand it even bigger, the garden there, and I'm going to show you guys in a few minutes. But like I said, we're going to go down here and trim and let you guys see what I'm doing here. Hope this gives you guys a little insight of how to keep your trees all pruned up nice, and let's get this done. Not very warm out here. That's a vent. Let go. Like I said, not much needs to be done on these. Just a little bit. They're open. I've worked on them for 2-3 years, trying to keep them open. There's only a few things that need to be done. Other than that, things are looking pretty good. That's pretty much it. I got all this all done. Wasn't really a lot that needed to be done this year because, like I said, if you watch some of my videos back, I've been in here the last few years making sure that they're open and they're starting to branch out and stay in a bush-like shape. I'm doing tall spindle type one, and I got one that I tried. It's going to be the vase type with hourglass shape up above, but that's that one. Now let's go into I'm going to put these up so I know where they're at, and then we're going to come back and we'll be in the high tunnel number 2, and then I'm going to show you different things in there, and then we're going to go out to the apples, and then I'm going to talk to you about the garden, so stick around. Okay, now we're in high tunnel number 2. Like I said, big difference. This was the one that got hit real hard a year or so ago, and in the spring, and we almost lost them all. So this one's recovering nicely. There's a few that I want to trim back, as you can see here. One is going crazy straight up. I mean, I just was kind of babying this one to get the growth starting on it. The next one down it's looking really good. That one there we lost at the bottom, as you can see down there, but it didn't go below the graft, so guess what? I got a new tree. Got lucky there. This one here, it's coming off the bottom. It's a graft, so I'm going to bud, or it's a sucker, so I can bud graft onto that one and create a new tree. This one here, it's a tree. It came off, it died, and it come on back last year really good, and I'm happy with that. This one not so much, so we're gonna have to transplant it. This one is right at the where they grafted it, so I'm not taking no chances, and I'm gonna bud graft onto that one. This one here, same thing. I can bud graft because it's right there at the graft where they grafted it. But as you can see, the little one on the outside, that is rootstock. And let me explain that real quick. When a tree like this dies at once, sometimes the rootstock lives, and in order to try and make it live, and the root down there, it takes out shoots. Well, that shoot right there, that shoot right there, those 3 shoots right there are all rootstock. This one is, all of them 2 right there are rootstock. This one here is a tree, but the rootstock decided thought it was going to die, so it's producing rootstock. I got rootstock laying right there, small ones, and I got rootstocks laying right there. Now, those grafts, those rootstocks will graft on. I'll be able to bud graft onto those rootstocks and get more trees. I'm going to transplant them outside the high tunnel. So that's what I'm going to do. But far as the trees, all these trees in here are doing excellent. All of them down through there. Like I said, I got saved, but that's what I learned years ago when I first started. I planted a bunch of Mount Morenzi cherry trees, and all the tops or all the Zions died, but the rootstock lived, and I had all these rootstocks and everything, and they told me that wasn't Mount Morenzi's. That was the rootstock. Well, not knowing what I knew now, I dug them up and threw them away. I could have grafted other Zions onto them and would have had trees. So I lost 50-some trees because of my, well, how do you want to say, inability to know and in my knowing. So anyway, this is all looking good out here. Up here, there's 2 things. Like I say, this one here is a perfect tree. It's coming back on. It'll probably grow a foot, 2 foot. I got to do a couple trimmings there. These are rootstock. What I'm going to do with them, instead of bud grafting onto this, as you can see, it's reached to the sky, but it grew really good. Then those two right there, that's what they are. I'm going to, I forget the kind of graft. It's not going to be a bud graft, but I'm going to graft a bigger branch into those and keep going because they've got really good roots and they've got a good trunk on them. So I'm going to try a different type of graft on there to bring them on. But everything is doing good inside this. It's just that spring freeze that really done it in. Like I said, it set me back about 3 years inside this high tunnel, but we're coming along and I'm happy with what I see. So, and this one here I grafted last fall, and as you can see, it's coming up just fine. Now let's walk out of the high tunnel number 2 and walk in, and let's show you about the ones I was talking about I'm going to graft. Okay, I don't know if you guys can, if the camera's picking this up or not, but this one right here was rootstock under the high tunnel. I planted it last year. The buds are great on it this year. It's coming around fine. These are all rootstock that I lost because of the cold, but they're coming on fine. So this is what I'm going to do down this row down through here, and this row up through here with all the rootstock. I'm going to graft what I just cut off those trees, and whatever Zion I put on there, or the branch that I took it off from on those other trees, that is going to be what the new tree is going to be. But all these here were spared, and we're doing really, really, really good, and I'm happy with it. So there is some that I planted, I bought last year with the apples. There's rootstock coming up on that one there. All of them. I got one here that is a tree. They're all coming up good, so with some rootstock, so I'm going to be doing some grafting. But the one that I grafted last year and onto this one here, this little bugger right there, yeah, that little guy right there, I grafted and it did wonderfully. So we're doing good. Like I said, it's a lot of things that set us back in a couple years, or the last 2 years, but that 1 year like I said, we went into a freeze at Mother's Day, and at 15 degrees, we almost lost all the trees. But now they're rooted in the ground good, and all I have to do is get them grafted, some grafts on them, and we should be good to go. But that first high tunnel, if we get that right spring, we got cherries hanging. I mean, lots of them. So let me take you out here to the garden, show you what I plan on doing here. And like I said, we're just waiting for spring to break here for everybody, but I don't know. I just don't know. It's last year at this time I was rototilling. I can't this year. It's too cold. So ground still got frost in it. So anyway, let me turn you around and show you what's going on here. Okay, this is our garden. This is the stakes you can see, and then it goes all the way down beyond the corn. And this was our garden last year. But what I want to do now is bring it out another, basically, and like I say, the camera never does no justice for distance. Where these grafts are right here, or these rootstock I should say, right there down that, all the way to that post down there, I'm going to add all this extra garden, because what you guys seen at home, we have a lot of plants, and we're going to plant probably, well, I got 1,000 sweet corn seeds, so that's going to be half or well over 3/4 more of what you see right out there. And we got lots of tomatoes, zucchini, all of this going to be planted in this area. So I got a lot of work ahead of me. But spring ain't letting me get there. So all right, now that's what we got going on there. And like I said, as soon as spring breaks, I got a lot of things to do. But let's go on out to the apples. All righty. All right, now the apples out through here, they are doing fantastic. I only found one tree, one out of all of them out here, and I can't say that's all of them, but one of them that I don't think made it. But the rest of them are nice and green. I checked them. The easiest way to check them is just take a branch and take a sharp knife, and just score it just a little bit. If it's green and the cambium, you got it. If it's not, you might not have a tree that's living. But all the rest of them out here are looking really good. I noticed out here, well, last year I was concerned about the nectarine trees. Well, I got a lot of suckers that need to be trimmed and cleaned up out here. That nectarine tree is doing fantastic. This one here is doing, oh man, unbelievable. Look at the buds already on it. If you can get them buds. Let me see if I can't get that, bring that in so you can see that. Look at them buds. These are doing really good. The buds are out. Apples, not so much yet. They're green, but there's not so much. But we got a lot going on. Anyways, I just thought I'd show you guys, try to give you guys an update, tell you that I'm up here on the farm. Okay, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to get my snippers and I'm going to take and snip them so that they'll fit them buds. I need those buds right there. And when I cut them and graft them onto the rootstock, that'll give me the tree that I need. And that's what I'm going to do right there. See those buds right there? Those are going to be my grafts onto the rootstock if I can get them to get to focus. This is what I'm going to, there's what I'm going to do right there. I'm going to graft those onto the rootstock, those buds. And like I said, right now, they were clippings off my trees. Now they're Zions. Those are grafts. They're going to go on my rootstock. And whatever this Zion is, which is a van, the tree becomes a van. And I'm cutting them to where I can put them in my bag. I'll probably have to get, and that one's dead, so I can't use that one. So I'm going to try and save every one I can, because, say for instance, after in about a month, the graft doesn't work, doesn't take, I found out that I can take another one of these and try again until I get a graft. So that's what I'm doing. I cut off enough of them and save them. Now, say for instance, you guys don't need no Zions, all right? You don't have to save these. Just throw them away, okay? But this is what I'm going to do, because I need these for, for the damage that I got from the trees from a few years back. So that's what I'm doing right here. But let me explain another thing to you people. Okay, most people, and some people will say, well, you can't use these because of your they've got all these trees have got patents on them, all right, which is, okay, they say you can't use them for resale. And they're right. You can't use them for resale. And I'm not going to ever use these for resale. But for me to graft onto my trees and use and make more trees, because I've already bought the patent off them, all I'm doing is replacing. If I was going to take these, put them on the rootstock, and sell them, then I'm violating the patent. So just to clarify what's going on, I'm using these to graft onto the trees that I've already bought patent rights to, and I'm just replacing the Zion on the rootstock. So nor will I ever graft any. Say, okay, well, yeah, you could go ahead and graft a whole bunch of these. Well, as soon as I do that, I got to more or less tell them that, hey, I'm using these, and then I got to, for every tree that I go ahead and make a new tree out of and sell to the people out on, I would have to pay a patent fee. And it's a totally different type of license that you have to get for that. So I just assume I use them for my own good, and then I'm not getting myself in trouble, and I'm just replenishing my trees and using them for my own use, and I'm not using them for other people, to sell to other people. There's no way that I would do that. That's just not right. But to replenish what I what I already lost. Yep. So that's what goes on here. And I just thought I'd show you guys a minute that this is what I'm doing. And I think I got enough. And the rest I can get rid of. But what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take all of these and I'm going to wrap them. I'm going to probably use two containers for the Rainiers, and then I'm going to wrap them. They say to wrap them up like that, then soak the thing and put them in that Ziploc, and that way they're got moist in them. I can put them in the refrigerator for up to a month, maybe a little longer, but the longer they lay in there, the harder it will be to graft. So your best bet's to just about 3 weeks. That'll give me the time for the buds to start almost breaking on my trees, and then I can graft and I'm good to go. So there's mine there, and these are those for those. And like I said, that's what you got to do, and I'll keep you guys posted on what I'm doing here. And like I said, I'll show you all the grafts that take and all the ones that don't, and we'll go from there. But from everything I read and everything that I've done last year, this is all going to work. And like I said, I'm happy. Spring's almost here. And we'll go on. So if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up. We got a lot going on this year, and things are really looking good. And I'm hoping that all looks good. Like I said, trees and everything are looking good. And if we have the right spring, we got them cherries coming. So like I said before, hit that thumbs up and like and subscribe and hang in there with us. And spring's coming. I just don't know when. So take it easy, folks, now. Bye. And on a final note, yes, we still have snow. I don't know when we're going to have spring, but hopefully it's coming. So have a good one, guys.